Welcome to a brand new season of For the Stands. I'm your host, Tommy Romano, and I am here with an incredible guest and an incredible episode to start out the whole season. We are here today with singer, writer, actress, podcaster, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Jordan Therese. We are so excited to have her here. Welcome, Jordan.
Thank you for inviting me. This means literally the world. I'm so excited for this.
Yes.
And yeah.
So on For the Stands, we go over everything pop culture, everything in the zeitgeist, everything that's been going on, and something that's been really getting me thinking, especially this week. I've been giving Beyonce a little more love this week, I would say. So I feel like we got to just talk about her. Jordan is actually one of the only people in America that owns a pair of Renaissance tickets. She's going to the show.
I am. I'm going to the show on August 5th, FedEx Field in Maryland. I am so excited. Beyonce was actually my first concert. I don't know if you know this.
I didn't know that. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
What tour?
I Am Sasha Fierce.
Oh, my gosh.
It was at Madison Square Garden.
If you know, you know.
No, literally, you had to have been there. Like, such an amazing era. So I'm so excited for Renaissance.
Oh, man. I got to see her and Jay-Z do the On the Run tour the second time.
Okay, amazing.
And the openers were Chloe and Halle.
Yes, oh my God,
and
they
DJ
did.
Khaled. It was
Faves,
so crazy.
our actual faves.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So speaking of DJ Khaled, we all saw the Grammys. Him and Jay-Z performed, and Beyonce was there, and she made history on Sunday night. 32 Grammys. That's the most Grammys anyone has ever won in Grammys history, and she became the most awarded. James Corden gave her the award and made it a whole thing.
Yeah.
It was wild.
It was wild.
I think something similar happened when she went up and won something for Meg Thee Stallion when they did Savage.
Oh yeah, she also broke a record. I don't know what record she broke there, but she did break something.
She clearly goes to the Grammys to break records and
that's the only time we see
and that's
her.
it. I think they even did a Savage performance that year, and she didn't even go up and sing her verse.
She didn't.
Like,
she
goes to win the Grammys.
I love it.
I loved it. She seemed really happy the other night.
She did.
She gave a really good speech during her dance album
dance
win,
Mm-hmm.
and I really, really was pleased with the night. I do wish that she won the big award. The elephant in the room is that Renaissance did not win Album of the Year, and that went to Harry's House by Harry Styles.
Yes.
That certainly, as the stands know, caused a lot of uproar on the internet for one reason or another.
Yeah.
But I kind of found the whole discourse interesting because it always seems like Beyonce's left out of Album of the Year.
Yes.
It's been years and years.
Yes, I agree with that. She's been nominated 4 times and lost 4 times, which she has some of the best albums, period.
Right.
And she is such an album artist, and she's made that so clear in her interviews and just her rollouts. So I think it's a shame that she hasn't won it. And only 3 women have won it. 3 black women have won it. Natalie Cole was the first. Lauryn Hill won it, and someone else. I can't remember who the 3rd black woman to win it is. But yeah, it's long overdue. Hopefully, at some point in her career, she'll win it because she's just so deserving. Off the top of my head, I couldn't think of anyone who was more deserving of her to win Album of the Year, to be honest.
Right. I honestly was going into this, I was thinking that it was going to be her year. She had so many tough losses with great albums. Some would say her best work, her self-titled album, didn't win.
Formation didn't win.
And Adele, when she even won over her that year, apologized to Beyonce. So that just kind of demonstrates the power of it all.
Right. Seeing her not win this year made me think, like, what are they looking for when they choose Album of the Year? Because to be honest, she's the only nominee who gave us an era. You know, there was cohesive we didn't even get the visual album yet. But the snippets that we did see, amazing, killer. Like, she had the outfits, she had Club Renaissance pop-ups. She really played into the idea of the club culture and really honored Black culture, LGBTQIA plus culture. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what the Grammys are looking for at this point, but I thought she deserved the award and just consistently gives us strong eras.
Yeah, I agree with that. So I did see some of the discourse being that Renaissance, when it came out, it said Renaissance Act 1. There's going to be 2 other acts is what she's kind of been hinting at.
Yes.
Do you think that maybe Renaissance Part 2 or 3 walks away with Album of the Year?
I hope. I feel like Act 1, like, I'm so curious what the other 2 acts are going to be because Act 1 was just so strong. Right. It was so strong. This is a sound that we really haven't heard her do anything like before. I've heard some rumors that one of the acts is going to be like a country act, which I'm about it. I love her collab with the Chicks.
I was just going to say she has the song with the Chicks that really
such a good song.
Gets her in her country bag on Lemonade.
The Houston came out. Like, it's so good. So I don't know. Hopefully those other 2 eras would win Album of the Year, but Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit more about Renaissance. Do you have a favorite track? Can you pick one off the top of your head?
That is such an evil question. How could I pick one? Oh gosh, it really depends. One of my favorite tracks is an underdog track that most people hate. All Up in Your Mind.
Ooh,
I love that song.
I don't know anyone who has that as their fave.
Exactly. I think it's so good. It's similar enough to like, okay, you can see Beyonce doing it, but it's so different than anything else that she's ever done. Right. So that's why I really like it. Also, America Has a Problem gets me in.
I was listening to that on the walk to school today.
No, the da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Every time I'm like, yep. Like when I'm driving to it, like I lean back, have like a little gangster lean, have the one hand on the wheel. I love that song. What else?
Oh my gosh. I don't have a car on campus and I want to drive to Renaissance Part 1 more than anything at this very moment. I want to turn up the radio and hear America Has a Problem.
Oh my God.
Another one of my favorites. I feel like it does get a lot of love, but it's so good.
Yeah.
Heated.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
She had these producers who also worked on Taylor Swift's most recent album, Midnights. And when I saw...
Who produced it?
It was like a list of these guys, and two of them like were also producing on
crazy.
Karma.
Okay.
And
so
when the rumors came out that Taylor was working with Beyonce's producers, I was like really intrigued as to what that was going to sound like.
Right.
And I think I love them. Like Heated is like a perfect, this pop kind of, it's also a little Afrobeat as well.
Yeah.
There's a rap section where she talks, I think it's the first time she brings up her Uncle Johnny, who's a big character on the album.
Yes.
And I really love the way that pop music is becoming more than just like your surface level bubblegum hits. Like they're really giving you stuff to dig deep in as well.
Yeah, I was actually having a conversation with that about that when I was watching the Grammys with some of my friends. Like pop music, pop is like the only genre that's not really tied to anything sonically. It's more like the structure and having the catchy hook and like stuff like that. So I love that, like, especially now, almost anything can be pop to a certain degree. Like it's not just what you think is pop isn't always just pop, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just talking about like how like there were some. This is so funny. I was talking about it yesterday night. About how there are some rappers that I feel like could benefit from having a pop girl era.
Yes. You know who is about to have a pop girl era?
Say it.
Lotto. Did you see what she literally posted a snippet from the studio and then she was like something like pop girly Lotto or something like that was the caption. I am so excited for that. I love Lotto.
Lotto was nominated for Best New Artist this year, and she has a couple hits. Very big 2022 for Lotto.
For real.
Man, what's your favorite Lotto song?
Oh gosh. Oh, I love Sunshine. That song. It makes me so happy, and I love like the Lil Wayne verse on it. I think that's super good. Obviously, Big Energy because I love Mariah.
That Big Energy was like a song of the summer. I feel like.
No, it really was. It really was. Yeah. What's yours?
I was gonna say Big Energy as well.
So
I love a good sample.
Yeah. And then DJ
Lotto,
Khaled
doing it.
Remix on it.
Man. Speaking of samples, there were a lot of samples on Renaissance that I thought were just like really interesting. Even Break My Soul having that iconic dance beat that Charlie XCX also used on Used to Know Me. I just found
whole. I didn't even put that together.
It's the same.
I love that. I love that.
I think that it's a super interesting kind of like nod and tribute to the pop and the kind of like LGBTQIA culture aspects of it that really came in the 90s and 2000s that she's really going back to. And then there's also songs like Plastic Off the Sofa, where she's just like, it's like 8 layers of her vocals, and it's just a classic R&B song.
So good.
This album really, it gives you everything and more, I feel like.
She really did give you everything. And she tapped into like, despite it, being like a dance, like, album, she tapped into everyone's favorite Beyonce eras.
Right.
She gave us pop girly Beyonce. She gave us R&B vocal legend Beyonce. She gave us rapping Beyonce. I love rapping Beyonce. People don't love it, but I love that when she raps in her album with Jay-Z. Like I love when she raps.
I took a class the semester that Jordan and I are friends, and she was abroad. She was in London, and I took a Beyonce class on campus. It was a Com 400 for any of my Q's heads. And it was the coolest class ever. And one thing that my professor said is Beyonce can probably out-rap your favorite rapper if she wants to. Like, she doesn't have a bad verse, and her verses are always top tier.
Yeah.
That comes with the talent she has. That comes with being married to one of the best rappers ever. You know, you got to have a good verse. And I feel like I can't name a bad Beyonce rap.
Yeah, and now that I think about it, like any rapper, like I'd love to see her in a cypher. Like I would love that so much because she would out rap most people. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm very much with it. Have you been paying attention to the kind of remixes and that kind of thing that she's been doing with this album?
Yes. Did you see the new Cuff It one?
Yeah, I just listened to that on the way here. She releases these like more club-oriented remixes for different scenes. There's another one for Break My Soul that will.i.am of the Black Eyed Peas produced. That's really, like, all of the remixes I feel like have another statement on top of what she was trying to say, or even furthers the statement she was trying to say on the album, which I thought was super interesting.
Yeah.
There's even the Queen's remix with Madonna, where she shouts out all the girls that she's been loving in the music scene, Lizzo, Chloe and Halle, to name a few.
Yeah, Kelly, like everyone. She always just takes it a step further.
Right.
Then, like, she gave us so much more than, like, we even expected from this, like, especially, like, with the remixes, like, the way that she kind of turned Cuff It into more of, like, a slow, like, R&B, like, jam kind of thing going on. She just, her creativity is limitless. Like, she always knows what to do.
I agree with that. And especially, I thought it was so interesting for her to slow down Cuff It after it became the TikTok dance and trend of the summer. Like, I think she, like, really can appreciate that and take that in and say, you know what, that was Cuff It's moment. Now here's Cuff It, I think it was called the Wetter remix or something like that. Like, she wanted it to be a little deeper and, like, a different message for the song, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
So many artists say, like, oh, you can't succeed on TikTok anymore. You have to make, like, a certain song. No, you can do what you want, and you can also make stuff for people to enjoy.
Yeah.
I really love her for that. And I think she just did get on TikTok recently. She has, like, an official account.
Yeah.
I like that she's leaning into it all because I think the way that the album was released, like where she really went and announced it a couple months ahead and there was a proper single, I think TikTok really aided the hype that she was trying to build, and I think that's what she was trying to do.
I agree with that for sure. I remember originally, like, the radio single was Church Girl, and, like, but that song, and I love Church Girl.
I love Church Girl.
I love Church Girl.
I don't know if that's my single, though, you know?
I agree. And Beyonce saw that song wasn't taking off on TikTok.
Right.
Cuff It was, and they took off Church Girl from radio and put Cuff It on there.
That's so interesting.
Then I feel like without that, we wouldn't have gotten this Cuff It remix. That's just phenomenal. So I think that she, despite not being an artist who's always at the face of, like, her socials, especially, like, with TikTok, like, we're not going to see Beyonce do a Get Ready With Me. Like, I would love it. We would all love it. But let's be real. Like, we're not about to see that. But she's still so aware of, like, what's happening in the culture and what her fans want and giving that to them, which is amazing.
Beyonce, if you're watching, I do agree with you there, but I do want you to do a 72 Questions with Vogue.
Yes.
Where they go through your house and Jay-Z and the kids are there. Yes. I think that would be perfect.
Yeah. No.
Just a tip. Yeah. I think that the fans would really eat that up.
The fans will eat up anything you throw at us, Beyonce, to be honest. Like.
Right. Speaking of that, she gave us 2 minutes of a teaser for these visuals for Renaissance for the song I'm That Girl.
Yes.
A very, very good intro to the album. Good. But she doesn't give us any of the meat of these visuals.
I know.
And we're pushing on, we're definitely a half a year later. We're almost at the point where we could say, like, it's almost been a year, Beyonce. Where are the visuals? We thought they were going to come at the same day, and they aren't there yet.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's broken my soul a little bit.
It's broken your soul.
Like, to be honest, it has broken my soul. But, I mean, they're done. So we will get them eventually. So I'm holding hope for she's giving me something to look forward to in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know one day I will see these Beyonce visuals. I feel like maybe we'll get them to close out the era, like at the end of
that would be nice.
We'll get something.
Oh, that would be great. Or even right before the tour.
Or right before the tour. That's what my thought is, because the visuals are done. Like, the visuals are done.
Right.
And, like, so I don't know. We'll get them eventually. I don't know. But just the pure fact that she's created such a strong era without giving us a single, like, real visual is just mind-blowing.
Or performance that we can see.
No, yeah, or performance. And because, like, we all know what the Renaissance aesthetic is. Like, we know, we all know the vibe to a T, yet she hasn't shown us barely anything besides, like, the cover photos and the final photos and stuff like that, which just speaks to the power of that woman, because no one else, like, your fave could never, except for Beyonce.
Right. She had the whole world buzzing over a picture of her naked on a horse.
Yeah.
On a disco ball horse.
Yeah. And a 2-second clip of her cracking an egg on her chest with like the middle thing. Like it was just like.
And the internet was ablaze.
We ate it up.
We ate it up. I was so excited.
She gave us crumbs, and we were like, "We're fed. We're full.
We're fed."
Like
we rallied with her into the Grammys, and oh man, it's been such a fun era. I feel
it has been a fun era. It has been a fun era, and even despite not even like knowing everything and like just not us even getting the full era yet. It's just been like amazing. And again, I think honestly, maybe this was like super planned because with TikTok now, I feel like eras are so just like, it's you release a song, then you move on to the next thing. You release a song, you move on to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we're at least 6 months of Renaissance, something around there. And we're still like, every time I listen to the album, I find something new that I love about it. It's like listening to it the first time.
Same.
You know?
Every single time there's something else about that.
Yeah.
And I love an artist that sits in their era for a while and really takes it all in. Yeah. Someone else that I thought that was doing it really well was Dua.
Yes.
Dua with Future Nostalgia.
Oh my gosh, yes.
She dropped it our freshman year of college and
literally just finished the tour.
Yeah, she just finished the tour.
Yeah, no, that was talk about eras. Mm-hmm. That was an extremely strong era, and also it was only her second album. So it was so impressive. She's still early on in her career, and just to deliver the vocals, the production, the aesthetic, the vibe, like you knew what Future Nostalgia looked like, felt like you got it. Amazing.
We love her. No, we love Dua. Do you think this might be a two-parter because we're all familiar with big hits like Telephone, Beyonce and Lady Gaga. Do we think that there could be a Beyonce Dua or a Beyonce Ice Spice or like a Beyonce collab with someone for the 2020s?
That's interesting. Now that you mention it, I haven't even thought about this. I would love to see a Beyonce Ice Spice. I feel like that isn't like that could happen in a world. I feel like I would love to see some of these remixes for the Renaissance songs featuring the new girlies.
Ooh, that would be great. I want more remixes.
Right? Yeah, I feel like having some of the new girlies on the remixes would just do wonders for everyone. I feel like that would just be amazing.
We would definitely get Chloe.
Oh, yeah.
Chloe on there.
That's so long overdue. Like, when is that happening?
Yeah. I'm ready for it. At least even like a YouTube video performance or something
where
they're singing together.
Literally, like taking it back to like the OG Chloe and Halle days.
On
like
the tennis court.
The tennis court. The literal like YouTube like kind of fuzzy video with the guitar. And, yeah. No, those were the days.
I want to see them covering some Renaissance.
I would love that. I would love that.
Honestly, I just want more Chloe and Halle is what I'm after, I think.
No, we are all after that. Like, imagine like a Cuff It, like the R&B Cuff It remix with them on it. The vocals, insane.
Look at my face right now. I would lose my mind.
It would be so good. Yeah, I would. Yeah, the world does need some more Chloe and Halle right now.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that Beyonce's children.
Yeah.
She got them.
Love them.
She helped them. She got them on Parkwood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even got Blue Ivy the Grammy. Like, iconic.
Oh my gosh. Wait, can you help me pick that apart?
Yes.
Blue Ivy has a Grammy because she was nominated through her work on
The Lion King. What's it called? I can't remember what the album is called, but all the songs that she was doing like around The Lion King.
Yeah.
It was for wasn't it Brown Skin Girl, right? Wasn't that the song?
Yes. And she did the performance with them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She did the whole soundtrack for The Lion King.
Did you see the Dubai performance? And she brought out Blue Ivy.
Well, here's the thing with this Dubai performance. We'll jump into this topic. Just recently, Beyonce did a performance where she opened up this giant hotel in Dubai. And when it was announced, she received a lot of flack about going to Dubai and performing and making that kind of stance. So I thought it was interesting when she went and she performed only her old hits and nothing from Renaissance because she really credits the LGBTQIA+ community for that genre and all of their advancements. So performing that music in Dubai, I think it was wise of her to kind of hold off on that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. The Dubai performance came out of left field. I feel like for everyone. Like, I feel like that one weekend, like literally everyone was in Dubai. Like
that's what it looked like.
Everyone like the 818 thing. Like everyone except for like us.
Right. We didn't. We'll get the invite next time after this episode airs.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, I thought it was really interesting just the whole thing, because you never know what to expect with her. Also, she hasn't performed in so many years.
Right.
So that was crazy. But the clips that I saw where she just sounded incredible. She looked incredible. Like, it was just
her voice
amazing.
is from the clips that we saw and heard, and I think they even released like a minute of it on
really?
like officially.
Uh-huh.
She sounds incredible.
Yeah.
She is gonna kill it on tour this summer.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I feel like it was just like the perfect little, like she didn't even scratch the surface of what Renaissance is about to be.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she just had foot surgery before she went to Dubai, and she was in those big stilettos.
Right. I saw that she had foot surgery, and then I saw a tweet that said Beyonce fully healed and walking in high heels after foot surgery. Ridiculous.
No, actually ridiculous. But no one else could do it like her.
Right. I feel like I have to wrap with like a big question, and I feel like I have a big question for you.
Okay.
What's your favorite Beyonce song?
I knew you were gonna say that. Okay. So when you said I have a big question, I was trying to think. Oh gosh, that's so hard. I feel like the first song that comes to mind is Countdown. Oh. I love that song. 4 is my favorite album from her. I just think that, I don't know, I just love that album so much. I feel like Countdown is definitely up there for my favorite songs. I love Ring the Alarm. That's like an old one. Like the real fit. No, literally, that song came out. We were like in elementary school. I was really young, and I would like prop up my iPod and I would just have that on repeat, watching the music video, doing all the dances. And I literally got in trouble. My parents were like, "You don't know what you're singing and dancing about. Like, what are you doing?"
Yeah, there's some curses in that song.
There are, but listen, I was feeling it. It just had a hold on
It's a
me.
feeling.
It's a feeling. What are yours?
I feel like I didn't know you were a 4 purist, as am I. So
Okay,
we have a lot more to talk about. But my favorite Beyonce song all time is Love on Top.
Oh, classic.
And
That's
then at the
classic.
end where she just keeps going up and up and up with the octaves, it's
so
perfect.
Classic. No, it is. And no one else can do it. Like,
right. No one else could have released that song.
No one.
No one else could have released 4.
No, literally no one else would. And here's the thing, because people are like, I feel like 4 gets a lot of hate.
Yeah.
I feel like 4 gets.
It's the little sister.
Yeah, I feel like it's the most hated, but I don't understand what the girlies aren't seeing with it, because there are so many hits off of 4.
Right.
Like, I don't understand why it gets all of the backlash it does when it just gave us like songs that genuinely changed the culture. Like Love on Top genuinely changed the culture. Like,
I agree.
It was just yeah.
Oh man, what's the ballad? Best Thing I Never Had.
Love
Ridiculous.
that. Love that. When she didn't do that during Homecoming, I was like, come on.
Oh, I love that song. And she famously dropped it when she was experiencing in public no marital problems with Jay-Z. So everyone was just like, oh.
Literally.
Ooh, Beyonce.
No, actually. And then Schooling Life off of that album.
Right.
I love that. Party.
I was just going to say Party with Andre 3000.
Party is so good. And the J. Cole remix. I like that too.
Yeah. It was a great era for her.
No, it was.
Ahead
of
its time.
Yes, it was ahead of its time. Very ahead of its time.
I feel like we have to leave the viewers with maybe one Beyonce song. Jordan, before we do that, do you want to plug anything, any music, any socials, any of all that?
Listen, if you like Beyonce, maybe you'll like
check out her
my music. My name is Jordan Therese. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, performer. If you like a big belty voice, riffs, runs, Beyonce-esque, check out my music.
So good.
Thank you so much.
That's actually the name of the song. It's so good.
Yeah, my debut single, So Good on My Own. I have another song out called Can't Talk.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of working on the debut project, like a lot of music coming up. So yeah, Jordan Therese on all streaming platforms, on all social media platforms. Check me out.
Yes, definitely be sure to do that. Thank you so much for tuning in to the season premiere of For the Stands. Yay. I'm your host, Tommy Romano. Thanks for checking us out on OTN. Be sure to check us out again very soon. And I'm going to play us out with a Beyonce song. And it's going to be All the Single Ladies, because we love that one. See you later.